Welcome back, incredible language explorers, to another electrifying episode of English Resonance, the podcast that turns your English dreams into reality with passion, purpose, and powerful strategies. I'm your host, Danya, and let me tell you, I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Why? Because we're unlocking the dynamic duo that turbocharges your English, reading and listening. These two skills aren't just tools, they're your wings to fluency, the heartbeat of natural English and your ticket to expressing yourself like a native. Whether your goal is to devour gripping novels, follow fast-paced podcasts, or shine in conversations worldwide, this episode is packed with everything you need. And guess what? I'm not alone. I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Mark, a master of practical tips and a true learning enthusiast. Together, we're diving deep into why reading and listening matter, how to master them with joy, and how to keep the journey exciting every single day. So grab your favorite drink, open your mind, and let's light up your English journey together. And hey, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more episodes that will launch your skills to the next level.
Wow, Danya, what an intro. I'm fired up already. You're absolutely right. Reading and listening are essential. I think of them as the fuel and the engine of your language vehicle. Reading is your quiet powerhouse. It lets you absorb the structure, style, and soul of English at your rhythm. You pause, you reflect, and you truly understand. But listening? That's your adrenaline rush. It throws you into the pulse of the language. The sounds, the emotions, the real-life English that textbooks can't touch. I remember listening to a podcast and hearing, he totally nailed it. And boom, I knew that was something I could use in real life. Together, reading and listening create this complete circle of comprehension and communication. You don't just study English, you live it.
I love that. You live it. That's exactly it. For me, reading is like exploring a new universe in English. Every page is packed with treasures, expressions, grammar, tone, and cultural flavor. I remember reading The Fault in Our Stars and learning gems like on cloud nine and pull through, phrases that just clicked. And the best part, you're in control. You can reread, pause, underline, and even celebrate every paragraph you conquer. It's like collecting puzzle pieces of fluency, one beautiful sentence at a time. Mark, when it comes to reading, what do you recommend for learners who want to grow fast and stay inspired?
Great question, Danya. I always tell learners, variety is your secret weapon. Mix it up. Dive into short stories, scroll through blogs, or browse news articles on topics that spark your curiosity. I'm hooked on Roald Dahl's Lamb to the Slaughter. It's short, dramatic, and full of real, juicy English. News articles like those from BBC or CNN, they give you current language that's sharp and relevant. Blogs on Medium, they're loaded with expressions like game changer and think outside the box. Every source brings something new, whether it's structure, slang, or storytelling. My golden rule, read what you love. When you're genuinely interested, learning becomes effortless and even addictive.
Yes, passion fuels progress. And when it comes to strategy, here's where it gets exciting. Don't just read, interact with the text. Grab a highlighter, scribble in the margins, say new phrases out loud. Found the phrase, "the sunset was breathtaking"? Awesome! Now create your own version. "The view from the rooftop was breathtaking." That's how you make language yours. Also, always read with intention. Ask yourself, what's the main message? Or what's a phrase I can steal and use today? And if you're just starting out, go for graded readers like Charlotte's Web. They're simple but powerful. Intermediate, try The Giver. Advanced, sink your teeth into Pride and Prejudice or opinion pieces from The Guardian. Mark, what strategies really worked for you when building your reading skills?
I'm all about smart reading, Danya. One killer technique I swear by is narrow reading. Choose a theme, like cooking or sports, and read everything you can about it. Why? Because repeated exposure locks in the vocabulary. I once read 3 soccer articles and pull off a win got burned into my brain. Another tip, read out loud. Seriously. Hearing yourself say the words helps pronunciation and builds confidence. Oh, and a vocab notebook is gold. Write phrases like spill the beans and create your own sentence. She spilled the beans about the promotion. Start with bite-sized content. Breaking news English is perfect. Intermediate learners, grab a Time magazine. And if you're advanced, bring on the novels and deep dive articles. The magic lies in active engagement, not just reading, but using what you read.
That's pure gold, Mark. Now let's shift gears to the music of English, listening. To me, listening is like tuning into the heartbeat of real English. It's how you catch the flavor of the language, the stress, the speed, the slang. It's where you hear gonna instead of going to, or what's up instead of how are you. I remember listening to a British podcast and learning fancy a cuppa, pure culture in one phrase. Listening teaches you the natural rhythm of speaking, the rise and fall of emotion, and it tunes your ear like a musical instrument. Mark, what's your favorite way to practice listening, and why is it so game-changing?
Great question, Danya. I'm a podcast addict. Shows like The Moth and This American Life are pure gold. They're filled with rich, natural storytelling. You hear hesitation, excitement, surprise, and real-life idioms like blow my mind or on the ball. That's the magic. Real voices, real emotions. I also love music as a learning tool. Singing along to clear songs like Billie Eilish or Ed Sheeran helps lock in pronunciation and intonation. Plus, listening trains your brain to process English on the fly. You start to feel the language, not just translate it. Whether it's travel podcasts, cooking shows, or motivational speeches, the key is this: pick what you love and let the language flow into your life.
100%. When you enjoy it, you stick with it. And here's how to take your listening skills to the next level. Be active. Don't just play audio and drift. Get involved. Pause and repeat cool phrases like, I'm stoked, or total game changer. Try shadowing. Mimic the speaker like an actor. Watch your favorite scene from Friends and echo Ross yelling, "We were on a break." It's hilarious and helpful. For beginners, go with kids shows like Peppa Pig or beginner podcasts like ESL Pod. Intermediate learners, jump into All Ears English or YouTube channels like English with Lucy. Advanced folks, TED Talks and BBC Radio 4 are a treasure. The secret is, make it fun, focused, and frequent.
Spot on, Danya. Here's one hack I love: subtitles. Start with English subtitles to connect sounds with words. Then what? Turn them off and test your ears. I did this with The Office, and soon I was catching phrases like, that's what she said. Another trick is listen to the same clip 3 times. First time, grasp the main idea. Second, spot key phrases. Third, shadow and speak like the speaker. Also try narrow listening. Pick a topic like tech or fitness and binge listen. The repeated vocabulary gets burned into your memory. Use tools like Audible for audiobooks or lyrics training for music. They make learning interactive and addictive.
These are fire tips, Mark. Now let's talk synergy, combining reading and listening. Reading shows you the blueprint of English. Listening brings it to life. When you read, I couldn't help but laugh, then hear it said in a comedy show, you get the full picture. It sticks. Try this. Read a blog about Italian cooking, then listen to a podcast on the same topic. You'll catch phrases like whip up a dish or mouth-watering in both. Repetition across formats is magic. Mark, how do you combine these powerhouse skills?
I love pairing reading and listening. It's like double dipping into fluency. I read The Hobbit while listening to its audiobook and picked up expressions like set off on an adventure, with the character's voice echoing in my mind. Another combo I use? Read a news article, then watch a video on the same topic. I read about Mars exploration, then watched a NASA video and heard pushing the boundaries. Same idea, different medium, double impact. I even read podcast transcripts before listening. It's like having subtitles in your brain. Combining both gives you context, clarity, and confidence all in one.
That's a genius approach. All right, listeners, here's your weekly challenge. Pick a topic you're obsessed with. Travel, food, space, whatever excites you. Step 1, read an article or blog post. Step 2, find a video or podcast on the same subject. Step 3, write down 5 killer phrases you hear and see, then use them in your own sentences. For example, I read about gelato and learned mouth-watering. Then I heard a chef say it's to die for. Put it all together in a quick summary and boom, you're growing fast. Mark, got a challenge twist for them?
Absolutely. Here's a power-up. Tell your own 60-second story using those new phrases. Record it, share it, own it. For example, I read about hiking and picked up hit the trail. The podcast called it exhilarating, so last weekend I hit the trail and wow, it was exhilarating. Another twist? Become a character. Read Sherlock Holmes, then mimic his line from the show. Elementary, my dear Watson. Shadow the voice, copy the tone. It's fun, it's immersive, and it builds muscle memory for your English voice.
I love that. And before we wrap up, let's tackle one last fear. What if reading or listening feels overwhelming? Here's the truth. It's totally normal. Start small. 1 paragraph, 1 video, 1 phrase. Guess meanings from context before diving into the dictionary. Use playback speed controls. Celebrate small wins. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. You finished a story? Amazing. You caught a new idiom? Victory! Keep stacking those wins.
Couldn't agree more, Dania. And remember, consistency beats intensity. Don't wait for a perfect day. Just show up, even for 5 minutes. If you're stuck, go back to basics. Reread a kid's book. Rewatch a video. Let it sink in. When I struggled with fast speech, I replayed the same podcast 3 times, and each round, I understood more. Reward your effort. Make it joyful. You're not just learning English, you're becoming a fluent thinker.
What a journey this episode has been. Let's wrap it up with some final inspiration. Reading and listening aren't just skills. They're the keys to unlocking a world of connection, opportunity, and self-expression. They shape your English voice and strengthen your confidence. Every story you read, every voice you hear is a stepping stone toward mastery. So dive in, explore, and enjoy every moment of the process. Share this episode with a friend who's on the same path, and subscribe to English Resonance for more thrilling, insightful episodes that'll light up your English language learning journey. I'm Dania, your biggest fan and proud partner on this path. Keep reading, keep listening, and keep glowing. You're unstoppable. Let's make your English adventure legendary.